Hello Steelers, and welcome to another bench report hobby update. Another week, another bit of hobby. Actually, when I came to make this video, I kind of thought that I've not actually done a lot of stuff over the week, and it turns out, going through my things, I bloody well had. I churned out quite a lot of stuff. First of all, it started with the Sarissa Precision buildings. I built two of these. One of them I built when I got back from Salute last week on the Sunday. It's very easy, very quick to do. It's just this is a saloon, a really nice little building. I just added some extra bits and pieces just to make it a bit more 3D. Carved out some of the planks on the sides and things. I'm going to do a video on at least one of the other buildings I've got, so you'll see my techniques for this, but pretty easy stuff, to be perfectly honest. So I built this one, and I also then as well did the post office as well. And these, I got the signs from various places on the internet. Sarissa do a set of signs in PDF, and also Don Avis also sent me over a sheet of signs. He wasn't sure where he got them from, so I'm not sure either, I'm afraid, but you can find these things everywhere, to be honest. You just have to have a search around, and all I did was resize it for the size that I needed. Cut them out, printed them on paper and cut them out and sorted them out. Sticking with the old cowboys, I actually painted up some more of the Blue Moon ones as well, just a few extra gunfighters. Painted some of these. I'm in two minds about the Blue Moon figures. They're okay. Some are okay. Some are great. Some are okay. It's a bit. They're a bit middling. But I also painted up some casualties as well. These ones are from Peter Pig. I'll talk about these a bit more later. I got these from Peter Pig this week, and these will do perfectly for gun down gunfighters in the Oak Elk Corral. So I got those painted dead easy, really, because 15mm, they don't take very long to actually do. And it's the same with the aircraft as well, because you can currently see I'm working on some at the moment. I've got some here. These are the Buffaloes. These are the ones I got from Paul at 3D printed Sabotage, the ones that Jim had designed for Malaya specifically. But I managed to paint 12 of the Ki-43 Oscars. I did half in the early war scheme of the light caramel, because Japanese aircraft weren't painted white, no matter what everybody tells you, they weren't. They were actually painted a caramelly colour, a very light caramel colour. So I've done those, and I also did some green. They went over to later on, they went to I think in 1943 they went over to a green scheme as well. There's also, you can see the stippled ones as well, but I didn't paint any of those, but I just did them in flat green. And these are the Ki-43 Oscars and Nakajimas. I love these. I also painted as well some of the Ki-21C Sallies, so a couple of double engine aircraft as well on top of these, 6 of these as well. These are the ones that Paul did for me. And again, the prints are fantastic, really nice. I'm soon quickly building up a nice little Malaya force that's going to be a lot of fun, and I will be doing some Bag the Hun videos at some point in the future with these as well. Because I also painted some of the Mark 1B Hurricanes as well. These are the tropical versions. These, I painted them in desert scheme because these were actually heading out to the Mediterranean theatre of operations, but they were quickly diverted out to the defence of Singapore. When they arrived, they were painted in the desert camo scheme as well, so that's something a little bit interesting just to have on the table as much as anything else. So as I say, I thought I'd not painted a great deal of stuff, and it turns out I've actually painted a hell of a lot of stuff. So I've already mentioned them. I did in post get some Peter Pig cowboys. I actually got 4 sets. I've opened 2 of them, the casualties and the pistol guys, but I've also got some here with rifles and shotguns, a couple of henchmen and things like that. So I'm going to get these painted up, and these will get put together for Water Cowboy, which I'm working on at the moment. A good thing about 15mm is, as always, you don't need a great deal of space. I can use all the stuff I've already got, and they don't take a great deal of time to paint up as well, which is always good. I also got as well, some really useful boxes. I just got some of these ones. These are the 4-litre ones you can see here. The reason I got these is because these fit perfectly with the Bag the Hun aircraft I've got. So you can see here, let me just take the top off, but you can see that I've got, this is the growing collection as it is. I will do a video once I've done all of these, when I've done all the aircraft together, and I'll do a proper video walk through of what I've painted so far. But that's them at the moment. You can see the Japanese ones here, various bits and pieces, Oscars and the Babs, and then we've got the Hurricanes as well over here. And these, as I say, these boxes fit them perfectly. So these are about 2.5 inches deep. You can also get some of the trays that people like Commission Figurines and Sally Forth and War Bases do as well. You can fit those in there, so you can get 2 trays in, so you're not lugging big boxes around. I kind of wish I'd got these in the past before, but here we are now. What I might do is, I've been thinking about maybe reorganising some of my World War II stuff. I've been thinking about it for a while. It's going to be a big job, so I might even make a video of it. But just to rationalise it a little bit, because I've got bits and pieces in all different boxes, because as I paint stuff I just kind of put it into a box where I can find a space. So what I might do is I might just as I say, rationalise it a bit and make some of these like into, you know, like an old group box just for the Germans, because that would be enough space to put Germans and maybe, I don't know, you know, 2 different types of Germans, like early war and late war or something. Then do like the British and the Americans in another box, because I can get them into, I can pretty much get a full O group unit or force into just one of the inserts. So then I could use the other space for supports and things like that. It's just a quick, easy way of transporting stuff around. You just pull it out of the box instead of sorting through about 5 or 6 different boxes. So that's something I'm thinking of doing in the future. I mean, you know, you've got to rationalise your storage. The really useful boxes are always really good for that stuff. But because also I got the flight deck decals, they came through as well. These came through from America. This took less than a week. I can't remember when I bought these, ordered them should I say, but it was about a week ago, and I was dreading the postage, and it actually only turned out to be about $4, $4.50 or something like that, which is nowadays is probably about £8. But these are great, really nice decals, and these are specifically 1/300. This is the RAF ones. The only thing with these is, little word of warning before you do buy some, is they are not individually printed. They're printed on a sheet, so you have to actually cut them out as individuals, so that takes a little bit of time. But I just use a really sharp scalpel to do that, and it doesn't take a huge amount of time, but it's just a bit of a ball ache working your way through them. But it's just something to think about. But yeah, I just got various RAF roundels as part of that set. Just there's going to be enough in there for this set of Malaya stuff, and most likely any more RAF aircraft that I'll probably be wanting to buy at some point in the future. So that's them sorted. Thanks for everybody's suggestions when I was doing the live chat and I was talking about them. It's very much appreciated. I'd got some flight deck stuff in the past, but I've forgotten how cheap their postage actually is, so pretty chuffed with that. It wasn't in the post, but Dex at the club this week also gave me a box full of stuff. He's clearing out his things because he's doing chain of command forces specifically for the Soviets and for the Germans, so he gave me a load of leftover things, so thank you very much, Dex, if you're watching. So we got here, this is a Nebelwerfer, I think, by the looks of it. This is from Battlefront. I'll just double check that. Can't actually see Battlefront. Pack 36, and it looks like it's got a Nebelwerfer launcher on it, and I don't have any Nebelwerfers, so that'll be good. I can use those as artillery in O group, you know, just to show artillery. We've also got some more Germans here. And I'm going to talk about those in a second, because I was just having a bit of a thought about what to do. I've got another, what's this? I've not even really gone through these. This is a gun plastic frame, it says on that side. That looks to me, I'm not entirely sure, it looks like a Soviet 76mm, but I could be wrong. But it's going to be useful, whatever it is. I'll work that out. Some more Soviets, more plastic Soviets there as well. A couple more extra bits and pieces, always useful. I've pretty much done all the O group Soviets that I'm ever going to need, but I could always use these in chain of command and other bits and pieces. A few more, I think more Soviets there, but then he's also given me SU-100s or 85s. There's a couple in there. I could actually do a couple of those as dug in as well, so there's 2 of those at least. And there you go, there's the other bits and pieces for those as well. So thank you very much, Dex. Oh, and finally, a couple of Soviets. That's some kind of mortar or something I can see. Oh no, a large MMG or something. Anyway, I'll check those out properly. As I said, thanks, Dex. Stuff like that, you know, it's always useful. It's just gap fillers really more than anything else for games. Nothing specific, but it's just stuff that, you know, is useful wherever you're going to be using it. So it's huge for that. In other news as well, down at the club on Thursday, the guys incredibly generously have bought me a banner, a Storm of Steel banner for any shows that I want to put on, and I'm going to be doing some shows here and there in the future. So they bought me a banner. Bart down at the clubs has designed it for me. Paul put the money in. I know it came from the club, but you know, he's incredibly generous of the club to do it for me. They were making one themselves. I'm really chuffed with it. I think it looks fantastic. Bart's design is excellent. It looks great in the flesh. It's got one of those QR codes so you can scan in and go straight to the channel and stuff. Really chuffed with that. So if you guys are watching, thanks a million for all your help on that one. And you know, huge thank you for even thinking of it in the first place. Well chuffed. Sticking with the club and Dex in particular, we played our is it our fourth or fifth scenario of Kursk. He reneged on the fourth one. He decided to pull back instead of fighting. There was I was quite surprised actually. I thought he may have stood and fight because it's quite a built-up area one, and it's quite difficult for the attacker. From what I remember when I played it solo, I probably would have stood and fought. This one we played, he had to get some of his casualties off the table in carts, and I basically had to stop him as the Germans. This was like kicking a puppy. Honestly, it went from bad to worse for him from the beginning. I had a Marder in support. I brought in all three of my sections. I think all I took in hits was shock. I didn't lose a single figure in the entire fight. Wiped out another one of his sections. So his original platoon is now down to about, I don't know, 12 men or something. It's ridiculous. But he said he still enjoyed it, and there was still a lot to think about. So you know, at this point I feel a bit bad because the game was over pretty quick. But yeah, this is what happens when the campaign grinds on and the Soviets just don't have enough figures to push it back into as replacements. That said, in the next scenario that we're going to play, which won't be next week, I don't think, a couple of weeks, he does get a fresh platoon back in, and then this may show, because his weighted numbers might show against mine, because I have lost quite a few figures as well in all of my three platoons. So I'm going to be fielding understrength platoons against his full strength platoon. So the tables may turn in the next one, but we'll see. So yeah, but it's been great so far. It's been interesting because of the table. I've played it, as I say, as a solo chain of command campaign a long time ago. You can find that on the rest of the channel. And I thought it was a fun game, even if it was a little bit like kicking a puppy at this point. But you know, soz Dex. And also this weekend, it's been a long weekend as well. I managed to play a couple of games of What a Cowboy. I played one earlier in the week, set it up and just played one evening, solo game. And then I also filmed one as well, and I've also filmed a review of it as well. So I'm not going to tell you about that. The game video, I'm aiming to get it out tomorrow. That's Monday, so look out for that. Maybe around tea time-ish, just for your to lessen the bank holiday going back to work sorrows. So I'll try and get that out tomorrow. It might be a bit earlier. It depends on how I feel. And then I'll put the full review out as well, either probably not later this week, but early next week. I would have thought. I just want to give them a bit of space in between the two, but I've done these videos. They're coming. My friend is going to come over tomorrow on Monday. We're going to play a game of it. I'm going to introduce him to it as well, so that should be fun. And then that also kind of brings me onto my scheduling as well with the videos. I've kind of decided. I set up scheduling a little while ago. I don't know if you remember. It's been going on now for several months and things. I know it was kind of a bit of an experiment on my part, and I've been putting out schedules for everything for each month. Now I do have a load of videos scheduled and backed up, ready to go. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop putting out the actual schedule posts, unless there's, you know, well, I say unless there's a big cry out for it. The reason I want to do it is because I'm trying to lessen the workload really around videos. I just want to put stuff out, and you know, I want to put stuff out that I enjoy putting out rather than doing it to a specific schedule. The reason for this is because I was thinking about putting out the What a Cowboy battle reports as a scheduled video, which then would mean I'd have to shift all the other videos back a week, and then that means I would have to go back and I would have to rewrite the schedule itself, and then go back and also find all the scheduled tweets that have got the schedule in it, and all the scheduled Facebook posts that I got that all the schedules in it, and then I just thought this is just getting too much, to be honest. It doesn't feel like a lot of work, but it actually is. It's a lot of grind of admin, of just working out when a video is going to come out, then writing all the posts for it and making all the scheduling around the schedule work. And then it means that also I can't just put out a video that I just want to put out. Well, it does because I can, but it's my channel to do what I want. But what I mean is, if I wanted to schedule one, I'd have to rewrite the schedule, and I'd have to repost it, and then I'd have to write the schedule the month after as well, because I've currently got videos backed up for at least the next 10 weeks, I think. So videos are going to come out, and they're all going to come out, and they're all going to, they will come out. They will be out early for Patreons and for channel members. They will be ad-free and early access. They come out on a Monday, and then you'll get the video on the Friday. So don't worry about that. There's plenty of stuff, and I'm still working on 3 other videos off the back of those as well, which will come out later, and then also anything else I'm filming between now and then, of course. We'll keep getting backed up, but as I say, I'm going to stop doing the actual scheduled posts. I don't know how much of an impact they've had on people, how people have seen them and said, oh, I'm looking forward to that kind of thing. I know it kind of gives you an idea of what is coming, but also, people like surprises, so it swings and roundabouts, isn't it? So yeah, I'm trying to rationalise how much I've actually got to do around the videos, and that's literally all it is. It's just a case of I want to put stuff out when I want to put it out, not basically dance to a tune or a set of deadlines that I've created for myself that I may not want to stick with in the future. So that's really all it is. It's as I say, the schedule the schedule videos that I've got coming out are going to come out, but you won't see a schedule of them at the first of the month, which is what I've been doing. So I'm going to stop doing that. It's just for my own my own sanity, if nothing else. All right, I'll leave it at that. I think probably a little bit more about the channel than you needed to know, but that's what you're here for. I'll leave it to that. Just say, if you're watching this, 80% of you do watch this and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If you want to help out the channel, check out the Patreon and also channel memberships. I've already mentioned it. You will get ad-free early access to videos that are scheduled, whether you know what they are or not, and it just helps out the channel and keeps the lights on here at Steel Towers. But apart from that, and it also keeps Tiny and Dreamies as well, which is never a bad thing. Apart from that, I will say thank you very much for watching as usual, and I'll see you in the next Storm Steel video and or update.